Hey guys, so thanks to the marvellous people at EA Brightlight, I managed to attend a press event for the new Harry Potter game and then head over to the studios to see how it's been made and pretty much geek out over all the gaming stuff. This video will show all the best bits from my visit and stick around till the end for a pretty cool giveaway. Okay, let's go. First up was the press event, which was basically a tent full of gaming journalists trying out the new game. It was awesome. I jumped on Xbox as soon as I could and started playing through some of the challenges that were available. As you can see from this clip, it took me a little while to get used to the controls, but eventually I stopped sucking. We were only allowed to play through the challenges, which are a new feature that have been added to the game. However, we did see a small sneak peek of the story mode, which looked a lot of fun. So please bear in mind that I can only review the game based on the very select parts of it that I've actually seen. Okay then, here's what I know. The game is essentially a third-person shooter with magic, and it's a very different gaming experience to any of the previous titles. You now pick your spells like you would pick a weapon, and this can be done either by cycling through the spells as you play, or by bringing up a radial menu which will pause the game and give you a chance to think about your next move. There's quite a lot of variation between the different spells, with certain spells being better at long or short range, a couple of spells being able to either mobilise or confuse your enemies, and one spell in particular does a lot of damage but leaves you very vulnerable to attack. I don't think I have any footage of it in this clip, unfortunately, but the spell Protego, which is the shield spell, is absolutely awesome, and you get to point to which direction the shield is facing, and it feels a lot more interactive. As you've seen already, the game now has a cover system, which seems to work well enough, and definitely adds to the whole third-person shooter feel. We don't have a health bar, but the screen starts to turn black and white as you take damage, which kind of reminds me of Gears of War. In fact, there are a few gameplay features that remind me of titles like Gears, which is definitely not something I expected to say when talking about a Harry Potter game. All in all, I think this game is a more engaging experience than its predecessors, and I think that making this game a third-person shooter was a great decision for the series. I imagine that this game will appeal to a wider audience than previous Harry Potter games, but I feel the people that enjoy this most will be fans of the books or the movies. Next up, I got to try out Microsoft Kinect. Inappropriate hand gestures aside, it was actually a lot more fun than I was expecting. It definitely helped that I was in a room full of people that enjoyed gaming, but waving my arms around and pretending to be a wizard was rather amusing. The lighting at the press event wasn't that great, and unfortunately this meant that the game seemed a little unresponsive at times. However, we got the chance to play it again at the EA Studios, and that worked without a hitch. We also got to try out the two-player cooperative mode of Kinect, and that was brilliant. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to show you that, or I may get arrested, but I'm pretty sure I can say that it was a lot of fun to play. It's similar to when you play a game on the Nintendo Wii, it's just better with friends. This isn't something that I would buy for myself, but I think it will really appeal towards the audience that it's aimed for. It's released just before Christmas, and I'm sure with the right advertising it will sell very easily. Finally, we were given the opportunity to interview Darren Potter, the producer for the Deathly Hallows game. I've got about 20 minutes of footage in total, which I intend to edit and upload at some point, but for now, here's some of my favourite parts.
What about the VH1? Is that end where the movie is at the moment, or?
I believe it does end.
Alright, so it
ends in a really cool place.
Yeah.
It's a really nice ending. It makes sense. It's not like it's been cut into.
Yeah.
So no, we're lucky. The ending that they chose for the movie is great.
So how close is the relationship with Warner Brothers?
Really close. And I speak to the producer who works for Warner Brothers every week. Yeah, and it's obviously we have to. The thing we want to do is make sure that we deliver the game at the same time as the movie.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of our focus is towards.
Are you ready for the?
Yeah, we're kind of we're just right at the end, so we're just fixing those final few parts. But we should be down dated.
Is there going to be much difference between console, or very much the same game?
So PS3, Xbox 360, PC are pretty much identical.
Yeah.
Actually. So they're pretty much. I mean, depending on the speed of the processor of your PC, it's, we have high, medium, low graphics settings, so you'll have the same experience. It's the same game. Wii is just standard depth, but it's exactly again it's the same game. It's still the missions you play are identical. We haven't changed anything.
That covers most of the stuff we got up to at the press event. Just over a week later, we visited the EA Brightlight Studios, and it was incredible. Go montage. We were kind of restricted on what we could and couldn't film whilst at the studios, in case we gave something away about a future development or what have you. But as you can see from the clips, the building is full of awesome nerdy stuff. Each floor is themed depending on what game the teams are working on, and it just looked brilliant. After the tour of the studios, we were introduced to different members of the team who were more than happy to explain how they go about creating the game. A lot of work was involved, as you would imagine, but the people we spoke to seemed to genuinely enjoy what they did. I think what I found most interesting was seeing levels that I'd played through earlier in the day being tweaked and modified directly in front of me. The Brightlight team were extremely cool, and definitely see the appeal of working in that kind of industry. We also got to take a look at some of the concept art for Deathly Hallows and received a pretty revealing presentation on how Harry Potter has changed throughout the games.
I really wish I could show you some footage of the two-player Connect because it looked awesome, but I can't do that yet, so here's us waving our arms around. Nudie high five. That pretty much wraps up all the cool things that I managed to see during the trip and that I'm allowed to talk about. This has been such a great experience for me, and I wanted to repay the people that voted for me during the competition, and to do that I'm doing a bit of a giveaway. The prize that I'm giving away is a copy of FIFA 11 that was given to me during my trip to the EA Studios, and all you have to do to have a chance of winning the game is leave a comment on this video and I will pick my favourite. The comment can be about the new game, the video I made, or pretty much anything that you think is relevant, so get commenting below. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see your reactions. More videos will be coming soon, and until then, bye lol.